What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's a delight to have you today. We have a large crowd. Can't wait to hear how we declutter our lives today. So sit back and enjoy it. I'm going to let these young ladies who've been working on this for several weeks to take over. Just welcome and good morning to you. Hope everyone's well. At the end of the presentation today, we'll have a drawing and some announcements to be made. But we'll turn the time over to Shayna to introduce our special guest speaker today. And y'all enjoy your time together here with these ladies. They've done a great job in preparing themselves and presenting some good information. So thanks very much. Shayna, take it away.
All right. We are super excited to have Miss Pat Solomon with us today. She is a professional organizer. And not only has she been generous enough to donate her time today, but she is donating 4 one-hour consultations in your own home that are good through the end of 2020 that we're going to do in a drawing at the end of the event. So make sure you stay around. We are watching to see who stays to the end. And we're going to put everybody's names in the bucket, and we're going to have 4 winners. I'm also going to share with you right now a link to her website. So if you don't win, you can still manage to schedule some time with her. Also, if you have any questions as we're going throughout, please feel free to enter them in the chat box, and we will look at them at the end. And without further ado, I'm going to turn the time over to the lovely Miss Pat.
Thank you. Thank you, Shayna. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Have you ever been so overwhelmed by clutter and mess that you didn't know where to start? You're cleaning regularly, but do you also feel that you're just moving your clutter from room to room or place to place? Hi, I'm Pat, your friendly neighborhood professional organizer. Today, I'm here to answer those questions and help you get started on your organizing journey by offering you some tips on downsizing, decluttering, organizing, let you know what we do as organizers, get a poll on what you're struggling with the most, and answer some questions that I might not have already covered. So first, let me share a little something about me. My name is Patricia Solomon, Principal Organizer for Hidden Transformation Organizing Services. I'm a native of Macon, Georgia. I retired from a 32 career with Aetna Insurance Companies. I retired 3 years ago. I volunteered for Meals on Wheels for 3 years, and I just finished a training program for CASA, which is a court-appointed advocate for children. How I became a professional organizer is when I was working on my retirement plan. I knew that I wanted to continue to stay busy doing something I love and that I was passionate about with little to no stress. So one day after organizing and cleaning my own home, I realized that I can become a professional organizer. So I researched on the internet and came across this online certificate course with IAP Career College, which is an International Association of Professions. At the end of the course, it had info on NAPO, which is National Association for Professional Organizers. I clicked on it, found out that professional organizers was already an existing profession with a chapter in Atlanta. I linked up with the Atlanta chapter, took some courses on a national level, attended some conferences, and I knew then I had made the right choice as one of what would be my many next phases. So when I was asked to do this presentation, Alicia told me that the main interest was on organizing. But when I started putting together my material, I reflected on when I decided to sell my house last year, how I realized that it involved more than just packing things in a moving box. I knew that I would be moving from my home of 24 years to a 1-bedroom apartment. That was my first experience with what downsizing was all about. And I realized that it coincided with decluttering and organizing because it's also stuff. So what is downsizing? Downsizing is when you reduce the size of something, usually assets or possessions, because of a change in circumstances. It can have a negative connotation. It's exhausting emotionally and physically, and decision making. The positive aspects are it is liberating. It gives you new ways of doing and thinking about things, and it gives you unended possibilities for growth. The first tip for downsizing is develop the right mindset. What this process is really about is what is right for you right now. This takes perseverance and discipline. Accept from the start that this is going to take time and effort. Prepare yourself mentally for the challenge and then get to it. You've worked your entire life to get to retirement, and you can do this. Secondly, have a strategy. Make a list, go room by room, create an inventory list, and move on. This list can be a written list, or you can take pictures of each room and then sit down and make a list from the pictures. Resist memory lane syndrome. This is not the time to sit and stare lovingly at that wood carving you picked up at a yard sale in 1983. Write it down and get on to the next item. Don't get distracted. If you start in one room, finish it before you move on to another room. Bouncing around will only slow you down. You can set a timer to limit how much time you spend daily. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed by trying to focus on your entire home all at once. Thirdly, manage your stuff. A critical point in the downsizing process is decision making. You have your inventory. Now it's time to decide what is coming with you, what is going to family, what you want to sell or donate, and what's going for a ride in the garbage truck. Determine realistically what you need to bring with you to your new and improved retirement life. Fourth, manage your children. Get your kids involved. Hang your inventory list over to your kids. Let them take the lead on deciding what stays and what goes, and don't take it personally. If you find that you've been holding on to your kids' things from birth through college, it might be time to let them take the wheel. Divide the memorabilia between you and them. For me, what I decided to keep of my daughters, her baby book, her report cards, her diploma, something that was more sentimental for me. Stuff like what I gave to her was maybe her yearbooks, her graduation gowns, her trophy, her cherry blossom queen sash and crown, and all of her related items for cherry blossom. Fifth, set reasonable goals. Goals can help make the process of downsizing more enjoyable. Set a big challenge, but celebrate small successes along the way. Space your goals out over time. Remember, you didn't get here in 1 month, a year, or even a decade. For me, I actually started downsizing, decluttering, and packing before I actually contacted the realtor when I put my house up for sale, because I wasn't sure how long the house was going to stay on the market and how much time I would have once the house went on the market. But even if you're not selling, start downsizing now. It'll make it easier for any future unforeseen changes or circumstances. Goals are the perfect milestone on the path to achievement. Be kind to yourself. Don't let downsizing keep you from relishing this well-deserved part of your life. Downsize and move on. What is decluttering? If you don't use it, then it is clutter. To declutter is to remove unnecessary items from an untidy or overcrowded place. For instance, a cereal bowl in the bathroom, does it belong there? Is it necessary? Therefore, it is clutter. First, you would need to sort the clutter. To start, prepare 3 containers, boxes, or bags. Label them keep, trash, or donate. You could even have a 4th container labeled sell if you already know how to sell online or at yard sales. In the process of decluttering, don't go out and buy items like boxes or anything that you don't. Try to use what you already have at home, like bags or any boxes or containers that you find. You don't want to add to the clutter that's already there. You want to get rid of the clutter. Depending on the scenario, there might need to be more boxes or containers. Like, for instance, my first client that I had, they had moved from their home to a 2-bedroom apartment because they had water damage. So in her new apartment, in her room, it was a bunch of clutter. Like, she had everything pretty much in there that she had brought some things, kept bringing things from her storage unit. And so what I had to do, I had some more boxes. I had to put her shoes in one box, her purses in another box, and her uniforms in another box. So therefore, when everything came out of the room, before we can add back to the room, each item had to be in a different box so we'll know what to put where when we got ready to start organizing. The rule of thumb, if you have not worn or used it in 12 months, let it go. Do one room at a time. Choose a space and focus on that particular space until it's done. Common spaces for decluttering is drawers, closet, bedroom, kitchen, garage, and sometimes even your purse. Is you can sit down, start there. It's something small. It's something you can do while sitting. It's not exhausting. Like my mom's purse. Her purse is like a mini carry-on. I don't know why, but that's what she likes, and I can't get her to declutter it. This is a slow process. This isn't speed cleaning, and it does take time. Try and pick the time of day when you tend to be more active, when you have free time and or you're usually motivated. Next, keep only what matters most. Some things to consider, not throwing out when downsizing and decluttering, are family heirlooms, photographs, important papers, fine jewelry, medications not yet expired, and emergency supplies. Once you have done the initial declutter, you need to keep it decluttered. Put a plan in place for maintenance to help you keep the clutter from returning. A good rule to keep clutter at a minimum is one new thing in means one old thing out. Means that if you go out and buy something, a shirt, pair of pants, sunglasses, if you buy one, if you buy two, or if you buy three, that means once you get those items in your house, whatever existing other items or old item, shirt or shorts or sunglasses that is in your home at the time, you need to get those out to bring those new ones in. Another way to keep the declutter at a minimum is your daily mail. Sort the mail before bringing it inside, like your junk mail, those circulars, flyers. If you don't need them or if they're not relevant or important to like bill paying or anything that's important, don't bring it in your house. Otherwise, you might throw it on the table, say you'll get to it later. It still adds to the clutter. Declutter daily. Putting away your clothes and shoes in their designated homes. Like once you take them off, if they go in the closet or if they go in that dirty clothes hamper, put them there. Don't just drop them or lay them down, say, I'll get it later, because later starts to get cluttered. Now that we have gotten rid of all the unnecessary stuff, we can now start to organize. Organizing is a practice, not a project. What is organizing? Arranging things into a clear order, everything in its place. Have somewhere specific to put every item you own. You cannot organize until you declutter. First tip for organizing is find your system. Establishing a system is one of the best ways to get organized and stay organized. The key is finding the system that works for you and your lifestyle. For instance, we look at your day-to-day. What will help you get out of the house faster with little to no stress? Second is group similar objects. A quick way to start organizing, say for instance, closet organizing. You group all your shirts in one section, your skirts in one section, your pants in one section. Other ways to group is by color, by style, by brand or category, which brand and category usually works especially well for shoes. Also, at the end of this presentation, Shayna has a link to share with you on things to declutter when you don't know where to start to help get you started on your organizing journey. If you get new stuff, deal with it immediately and put it where it belongs. Remember, everything has its place. Now, to tell you what we do as professional organizers. We help you figure out your system and set goals. The key words being help you. We don't tell you what is good for you or what works for you. You are in control. You get the final say on what goes, what stays, and what will ultimately work for your life. We help you understand what you consider necessary. We help you find new ways of doing and thinking about things. We lend a helping hand with getting you started and putting a plan in place for maintenance. And we help keep you encouraged and focused. Lastly, no judgment. I'm not here to critique you or judge. I'm here to help you reclaim your life and your space. So now we want to find out what your struggles are, what you struggle with the most, and ask any additional questions that we might not have covered or that you might have at this point. Now I'm turning it back to Shayna and let her take over.
Thank you, Miss Pat. Excuse me. So do we answer all your questions, or do you guys have some more questions you'd like to ask Miss Pat? Yes, no, maybe? I'm going to go ahead and share this file with you while you guys are thinking about any questions. I'm sharing it in the chat box, and then I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. This might help with you guys getting started on your own. She's got this wonderful handout here. So where to get started, like in your bedroom or your closet, your bathroom or your kitchen, your living room, your home office, your garage or basement. And then she tells you why you won't miss those things. All right, looks like we have a question here. Let's see. Where is a good place to digitize your photos? Is one question. Hey, Miss Pat, can you put your camera back on?
Sure.
There you go.
Okay, so we do have organizers that do photo digitizing. That is not my area of expertise, but we do have an organizer. She's located in Warner Robins. That is her main area of expertise or her niche. Pretty much that's all she does. So okay. Either you can look that up online, or I can give you her name and you can reach out to her and she can better, give you ideas on what you need to do on that.
Okay. The other question is, how much backup stuff should we keep?
Good question. Okay, so basically, like you said, the rule of thumb is if you have not worn it in a year, or if you feel like that your weight is going to fluctuate, I would say 1 or 2 items, no more than that. Don't keep like a whole bunch of stuff. Just maybe keep a pair of pants or shirt or skirt or dress, something like that. 1 item of each category.
Okay. And the next question is, how long should we keep our income tax returns?
That is a question that you would need to either ask your financial advisor, your accountant, or your tax preparer. I don't personally answer those questions because, that is something that you would need to refer to your probably accountant or your tax preparer.
Yeah, probably. I think it's like 7 years. 3 to, I can't remember. I have to look it up, but you got to keep it for a while. Any other questions? All right, while you guys are thinking, I'm going to share one more thing with you guys. This is about our next Ed event. It's loading, but it's going to be on June 11th at 11:45. And it looks like it doesn't want to load here, but it's called Getting Tech Savvy with Nate Bates, and that's not working. Well, love technology here. Now it's just we have lost the video. I am really sorry, guys. Alicia, do you have video? Do you have video, Miss Pat?
No, I was laughing at some of the questions, and one of the guys asked,
Oh.
how many pairs of shoes do you have? I'm laughing because if I tell you, you're going to critique me as a professional organizer.
Hey, I think they're organized though.
Oh, they are organized, but you know, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but anyway. But as far as that label maker, not to skip over that question, I personally don't really use a label maker or have not had to use one. But I can find out what other organizers have said on our blog to see which ones they like, and I can get you that information if you want.
All right. We can send out a copy of the brochure, but you should have been able to download it yourself in the chat box. But I will make a list here of people that want it. So Regina and Sherwood, we can do that. Our donation center is restricting the type of materials to be donated. I don't believe they take mattresses, but they take pretty much just about everything. I know right now they're not taking anything because of COVID-19.
Some of the donation centers are open, like the little quick drop-off ones.
Okay.
The Goodwill, because I've dropped out some stuff, within the past couple of weeks. But
okay.
they don't take stuffed animals. They don't take mattresses. What else they don't take?
All right, Lou Ackling, I'll get you a copy too.
So everybody happy?
Well, we'd be happy if the darn technology would work like it's supposed to.
So we've had some issues.
The video quit working.
Well, we refreshed ours and it's working.
Okay.
So maybe it wasn't lost to everybody else.
Okay. So I'll try coming back in then.
So Miss Patty, is she there or is it just myself?
No, I'm here and I can hear everybody, but I don't have a picture.
Okay.
There we are.
Hello.
Hallelujah.
Okay. So are there any other questions or?
Let me see. Oh, Miss Wilder would like a copy as well. I got to Miss Wilder. Yeah, you can see us now. All right, so I think now it is time to.
Somebody said they have video, Shana.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they see us now.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, you can't see us now either.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just that one person. So
we see you.
So, I'm glad you say you see me, so I won't be picking in my nose or anything. So.
All right, Mr. Thompson, I've got you too. All right, so we were in the middle of announcements. So we've got the Tech Savvy event with Nate Bates on June 11th at 11:45. We're having a special family financial workshop, which is supposed to be 3-generational. That is June 25th at 11:45. And they're also having 2 double token tickets.
Double tickets.
Tickets events in June as well on the 9th and the 23rd, and they're both at 11:45. So invite your friends. And I think we're about time for the drawing. All right, I'm writing down, everybody that's saying they want a copy, I'm writing your names down, okay? I'm not forgetting you, I promise.
So we're going to be drawing 4 individuals here for an hour consultation with Miss Pat.
Yes.
All right. The first one that we have today for your time on that was Pat Andrews. We can't draw her name.
She works for us.
All right, Mr. Carter, Sherwood Carter. So
Woo!
there you go, friend.
Yes.
There you go. Sherwood Carter lives in Macon. Sherwood, did you get that? Did you hear it? Hey, Robert Gardner.
Oh.
How are you going to manage going to Texas?
Oh, well, that's right. Well, you can maybe do a virtual. We could go room by room or something.
Maybe you could do a virtual one. Y'all work it out. I want to discount a winner. Number 3, Jenny Garland.
Oh,
Miss
she's
Jenny.
fabulous.
Okay. And last but not least, we have today Brett Johnson.
Woohoo!
Johnson. And his lovely wife, Mary Jane. Okay, so Robert, Sherwood Carter, Mr. Johnson, and Jenny Garland. There we go.
Yay!
Robert says maybe we should draw another name because he doesn't want you to have to go to Texas.
Oh.
We'll share with him any information so we can help him through it. All right. So we are going to draw another one. Barbara Bethune.
Woo!
There you go. So she lives in Perry, so everybody's close by there.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much, everybody, for
Yes.
participating today. And if you have further questions, anybody, give you a moment to ask them.
Oh, Mr. Sherwood said
Another
next,
one.
if you could draw another one, because I guess he's neat and clean.
I was gonna say that if they wanted to, they had family member or somebody that they knew that they wanted to pass it on.
Yeah, you can gift it.
to, if you didn't need it, you can also do so.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. We're going to
They just
draw
have to
another one
contact
just in case. Eric's son,
Oh, sweet. Okay, sure. He's able.
Dr. Son there. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss
You bet.
Carmen.
Thanks,
Thank
Miss
you
Pat.
guys for coming.
Thank you guys for having me.
And be sure to check out her website in case you want to schedule your own meeting with her. Sounds good. You guys are welcome.
Thank you guys.
I'll try to get everybody that asked. I'll email you a separate copy in case you weren't able to download it. All right. See you guys next week, or not next week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.